So have you got the 5-second test, the survey,
Yep.
and then the website?
Have you listened to my other one yet?
No.
Oh, go me going,
I should get a notebook as well. I forgot that one time. Where's my pen?
Don't worry about it. I wouldn't leave it. How did you go with the stapling? Finishing tests.
Interesting results. So with EPA,
I realised on one of them as well, I'd started looking through my emails and you were replying and I hadn't stopped the video. So,
I'll have to cut that out though.
yeah.
You bad mouthing people.
I know, totally.
I did realise when you were sharing screen one time and I messaged you going like, oh, what are they doing? I was like, oh god. DOS.
Maybe. Do you want to come when you're done?
yeah, whatever you.
Apparently people are testers. They're people.
Well, that's Karina.
Yeah.
Jade, John, and Emma.
Hello.
And who's going first?
John.
John. And so there's two of you, and
Yep.
one of you's going up to Ireland.
John, going up.
John's
Yep.
making decision.
All right.
All right, Emma.
Yes.
And go last.
Oh yeah, and
Who am I
BJ's helping me.
You just
Okay.
I
Would you like to
can't
come with me?
do
All right.
techno knows. Can't do two things at once.
Alright.
Do you want anyone sitting, or you're happy to
You
do
can.
it?
Do you want to sit? If you sit in you, if you want to, you can.
Mom, who's the other guy?
Sorry. Oh, BJ. Alright. Oh, you guys are alright?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good?
Cool.
Cool. You had a good day?
Yeah.
You at school?
Yeah.
What have you had today?
Game making, health ed, and creative writing.
Game making.
Yeah.
That sounds more exciting.
We sit around waiting for the program to work.
Oh, okay. You
We spent about an hour opening it.
oh dear. Maybe not so fun.
Not so fun.
Okay, so let's just do this. So your mum filled you in on what we're doing?
Yep.
Good. She's actually seen us do this, so she probably has a bit of a clue as opposed to some of the other people we've had who've just been like, what we do. Okay. Oh, I've forgotten the script, but that doesn't matter. Are you okay with using trackpad?
Yeah.
Mac?
Mac's not what I'm used to, yeah.
Okay, it's just 2-finger scroll on the trackpad and go up to go down and down to go up. But this was
Down, yeah.
it's probably not the. I'm not sure you can even scroll on this screen. So just before we start, I've got. Is it okay if we
Yep.
record?
Sure.
Everything. Then I'm just going to pop out and grab something quickly because I've got a little script guide that helps me keep things on track. And I'll go grab that. just to make sure I don't say go off task. Okay, so I'm just going to read from this for a little bit. It's just an introduction to what we're doing. So yeah, my name's Kai, and I'm going to be walking through this session with you.
Sure.
So yeah, as you know, we're testing our website that we're working on to see what it's like for teachers and for students to use. So that's why you're here. Just to be clear, like you can't make any mistakes because we're testing the website and we're not testing you. So you can't really do anything wrong. If there is anything, it's the website's fault, and that's what we want to find out. I didn't design the website, so you can be as mean and critical as possible. You're not going to hurt my feelings. We're trying to improve the site, so we need to know what you honestly think.
Sure.
And it's really helpful if you think out loud as you go along, so we can match the video to what you're saying and get that audio recorded. If you've got any questions, ask. I might not answer them straight away. I might let you kind of wait and figure things out. But if it's a blocker, then I will help out, or I might answer at the end.
Right.
So we've asked you about recording the computer screen and what you have to say, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It's only been used internally for us to help us improve the site, and it also helps me because I don't have to take as many notes.
Right.
Okay, so before we start, I know you're itching to get into the computer. There's one more little quick thing. So we're just going to ask you some contextual questions about the subjects you do at school, what year you're in,
Sure.
and like how you use digital stuff at school. So let's start by your school year and what subjects you do.
Sure. I'm in year 10. I'm doing year 1-2 computing, as well as gaming at the moment, creative writing, core English, math, health ed, and systems electronics.
Cool.
Next term we'll also be doing physics, history, and coding app design. Correction, not next term, sorry, semester.
What's your favourite subject, do you reckon?
At the moment, systems electronics, because it's really easy.
Okay. That's a good reason.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many hours a week, or if it's easier in a day, do you reckon you spend on the internet or on a computer or laptop or iPad at school or for school?
And people working on the project. And yeah, so with your permission, we're going to record the video, the computer screen, and that'll help us so we can go back and look at it later. So, do you have any questions?
Not really. I just want to say that looks kind of nice. It just looks nice.
Oh, that's good. So it's going to be 3 parts to the test. So firstly, it's just a bit about you and your digital habits, basically. Oh gosh, this is in the wrong order. So, my questions to you are roughly how many hours a week would you say that you spend using the internet in school or for school?
We use it, last year we used it so much more than we did this year.
What year level are you in this year?
Year 8.
Okay.
Year 7 we use it a lot. We use a lot of like Math Pathway and Education Perfect.
Yeah.
But this year we're not using it as much, and I think it's because of the teachers. But we do get like homework on like Education Perfect.
So I guess it's how many hours would you say you do for out of class work?
Out of class work?
Yeah, on the computer.
Half an hour to maybe 45 minutes.
Yep. Each week?
Um,
Or,
or it usually depends on how much homework we have.
Yep.
Right now I'm doing a narrative assignment, so I'll be doing maybe an hour on the weekend writing a narrative,
mm-hmm.
and maybe a little bit of time, so maybe an hour and a half
Mm-hmm.
this weekend.
Yep.
And that would have been maybe 2 hours for the whole week.
Yep.
Offline at home doing homework.
Mm-hmm.
On my computer.
Yep.
But at school I think we use a lot more, maybe 2 to 3 hours at school.
Yeah, per week? Or
Per day.
Per day. Yeah, right. Cool. Okay. And do you have any favourite websites that you use at home or at school?
For education.
Well, either. So at home or at school.
Not really, because usually it means I have to do work.
Well, that's right. That's the question of. So, is there any that you use at home that you?
Last year we used a lot of Education Perfect at home and a lot of Math Pathways at home.
What's Education Perfect? Should I know that?
Yep.
What is it?
It's like a education site.
Of different subjects, or
Yeah, a lot of subjects. They have championships and stuff, and teachers assign homework on it. It usually depends. We get a lot of science homework on it, which is really annoying because we just don't do it in class.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't really use any other websites or anything.
No.
We maybe use some different websites for maybe tech. We'll use Onshape or something like that, a designing website or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not really any one that I'm using
Mm-hmm. And do you have any other at home? That you just websites? Don't know.
YouTube.
Yeah. Of course. And do you use a digital device in the classroom?
We have our phones and stuff, but when we don't usually use them, we're not allowed to have them out in class. Other than our laptops, or maybe the projector.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else.
Do you have your own laptop, or is it a share?
Yeah, everyone has their own laptop. Yeah.
So did you get to choose what laptop that you have?
No,
Is it-
everyone gets the same laptop.
So can you give us an example of how you would use your laptop in the classroom?
We have different websites like Google Classroom or Compass.
Yep.
Our school website. We usually have assigned, so our teacher will assign work on Google Classroom. Google Classroom, you have all the people in your class and your teacher.
Yep.
Will specifically assign you work, and you can text them and stuff or type it to them. What was the question?
How do you use your laptop in the classroom?
Yeah, how do I use a laptop? Usually it'll be for Google Documents.
Mhm.
Usually we use it for English,
Mhm.
and we don't use it for math, surprisingly.
Okay.
We usually do work with the teacher,
Mm-hmm.
but that was just this year. Last year we worked online for the whole year. So it usually depends on the teacher.
Cool. Okay. So that's the first bit, and then the next bit is just a bit of an introduction that I'll get you to have a look at on here. So first we're going to ask you to look at this page. So you're going to see the screen for 5 seconds, and then we're going to ask you some questions about the page. So take as much in as you can, and afterwards you can type your answers in. So it'll prompt you if you just press the start, use the mouse and press start. Go for it. Yeah.
Go.
Yep.
Yeah. all I saw was Cambridge Go.
Mhm.
What is the purpose of this site? I think educational.
Sure.
Who do you think it's for? Students.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I didn't see that. What was the first thing I click on?
You can just describe something if you can't remember.
Is there a search bar? I have no idea. I didn't see anything to click on.
That's fine. You can write that. Cool. Great. That's it. So, I will show you that page now. So,
The login.
yep.
Browse or search. I could have said that.
Yeah, a small period of time. So, anyway, this is the website that we're going to be looking at today. So there are a few scenarios that I'm going to give you, and then you just work your way through the scenario, and try not to, or just keep talking your way through it, I guess, while you're doing and what you're thinking.
Okay.
So the first one is that you've been given an access code for, I think it's food. Have you studied food?
We've done
yet?
food technology. Last year we did food technology.
Yep. Yeah, food
But
for
I do
you.
eat a lot of food. I eat food every day, so I have pretty good study.
Good. Good knowledge of food.
Yeah.
That's great. So there's a code that I've just copied.
Yeah.
And then to paste the code wherever you think you should, you can use Command V. So anyway, the scenario is that your teacher has given you the access code for Food for You. You have to read chapter 2 for your homework, so you need to launch the resource to get started with your homework. So, yeah.
First we're going to paste this in, right, in the login. So you've given me a code.
Yep.
I'm guessing the password's the same. Student account. No, I don't have this information. Activate? Oh, I have no idea. I haven't got an account yet, haven't I? I haven't got an account.
No, you don't have an account.
So I'm going to click that then. Create student account. Just put in all the same information. No? I'm meant to write any. What am I have no idea what I'm meant to do.
That's okay.
Browse? Could I browse the code? I don't know if I can browse it. No, can't browse the code. I think I've tried everything. I don't know what I'm meant to do with the code.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say that you don't have an account.
Yeah.
So you need to create an account.
Okay.
Yep. And do you have an email address that?
Yeah.
you can use. So
Can I use my? Do I use my own?
if you can, that'd be good.
I use my school one.
They're all looking at you. It's like we're in the zoo.
Just go city. Enter.
Yeah, you might need to scroll down. There we go. It's
Can we go full screen?
It's,
Is this full screen? One of these?
yeah, no, the Mac doesn't work like that.
Mm.
So
Continue. Oh wait.
Now,
Maybe we should say a technology book rather than
Yeah.
a game making. I doubt we do a game making one.
technology book, yeah.
The systems, I probably don't do systems.
So then you got on the students, and you search catalog, study guides, or create a Cambridge Go account. So move on to search a catalog. Probably want to get it down. I could search it, but I can't be bothered, so you might want to get it down to the year level. Maybe. Same problem. So instead of doing all the highlighted area as the one, it's just the word itself. Yeah, food for you. Geography, health, Cambridge, and 7 pages. Looks like we are looking up.
So let's just assume we want an understanding religion book.
All right.
Okay. So if I were to tell you there was another way to access that via Go, and we went back to Go, do you think you could try and find it for me?
Browse. The religion.
It's not. I think it's on the left, isn't it?
Yeah, understanding religion.
Is it? Would you browse button?
No, I would have expected browse one to look through what I already have on my account.
And if we click on browse again, can you walk me through what you saw and what you wanted to do initially on this page?
So the first thing I saw was the search bar, which appeared first because center stage effect. So then you drop down the underlines and stuff like this. Sort of looks like there's little bits at the bottom of the page that you don't read, like contact us, support, stuff like that. So it doesn't really stand out. I'm not really sure of how you would get around that, but it doesn't really stick out that well.
Okay, so if I was to say we managed to find that religion book,
Yeah.
It was riveting. We wanted to buy it. We did buy it, but then you couldn't. You had an issue activating it on Go.
Yeah.
Where would you go for help?
So we can't access the bar here, so I probably should click the X instead of the home button. So then you got support or contact us. So support is what we're looking for. Contact us is most likely if we're going to go and go to the actual location, see if we can find them, or send an email. So supports, we'd be looking through the different options of how to not really combat, but fix the situation. And accessing resources. It sort of trails off whereas all the others sort of go underneath it so you can read it. So that might be a bit of a problem.
Okay. Now, if say you're working on your laptop and you had the textbook open, but you also had a Word document open at the same time, so you'd have to shrink the screen. Do you reckon we could do that? On the top right, I think it's just little.
No.
If you go slightly further, yeah,
Ah.
and then drag it in, yeah.
Doesn't do the Windows thing where it just locks onto the side of the screen.
Yeah. Now, if we were to, and then we say, actually, we're having an issue here about this wasn't solving our issues, and we wanted to get to contact us.
Oh, then you got the bar here. But also another thing I noticed is that it appears, the page actually appears through this top thing. So I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but kind of looks off. So you got this drop menu, which just seems to appear and just appear there. So, and also they close the drop menu in the same place. So if you just freeze it up like sort of did there, you might want to double click it and then you close it. So
And were you expecting a drop menu rather than a new page?
yeah, I was sort of expecting to pop out from the side or something like that. So then got the contact us with little icons. And then we have details, what you want to know, phone numbers.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Right. If I just take this and make this bigger again. Okay. So the last thing I like to do is if you click on this tab here, there's just a quick survey. So there's a number of statements and there's a scale of 1 to 5, and 1 is you strongly disagree,
Yeah.
5 is you strongly agree. So if you could just run through the survey, fill it in, but then also explain your rationale behind why
So-
you're saying these things.
Sure. So our website's easy to use. I wouldn't say it's the easiest to use because mainly the hyperlink, it didn't really show up the entire area where it would appear to. So that was a major problem that I found. Sort of annoying. So continue. Ever find what I need quickly from the website? Yeah, it's not really a lot in your face, and so it's very easy to find what you need. So there's not much there cluttering your view.
Yeah.
So then I would recommend this website to a friend or peer. Well, assuming that we're getting this with school, you would need to because they'd probably already have it. But aside from that, yeah, probably.
It's a good caveat.
Yeah. I'll likely return to this website in the future. Again, if we had it in school, you would almost definitely have to return to this website in the future. I find this website to be attractive. Yeah, but it's sort of a lot of things that just didn't really work well. Like, it's sort of not really smoothed away. It was just squared. Didn't really. It was mainly alright. It's just there was this in some parts. Website has a clean, simple presentation. For the most part, same reasoning as the last one. The website was quick to load. For the most part, except for when I was opening the menu with the tabs, it sort of delayed a bit and then it just opened right as I closed it. So.
Alrighty. Well, this might just be one thing be worth showing you quickly at the end is
Sure.
kind of what we're thinking of kind of making. So based on the tests that we've done so far, a few changes. So this is. I might get you to drive actually. So say we were gonna. I've only built the link out for a teacher, but say you're a new teacher, you wanted to register on here.
So
Where would you click?
I'm a teacher.
Uh-huh.
So you got email address confirming. Oh,
You got to fill all these things in. You can't fill it. It's alright. So if you just go through to the next steps,
same profile details.
then you've got some further. But you assume that
Cool.
that's fine now, so you go to the next.
And last name, school name, position, So it's a lot easier. It's with this site so far, it's that it's all consistently sort of blocked away. So because of that, it keeps the sort of the continuity just good. I can't describe it. I can't really think of any other way to describe it. Instead of having like just a couple, like it's mainly smoothed away and looks nice and modern, but then you've got a couple bits which are just squared away and sort of, yeah. So these things can be fine. So Windows 10 does the same thing. It makes sure everything's blocked away.
Yeah.
So then registration, school details. So this is making sure that your school knows what you're doing. It's probably good for a teacher, or good for the school to know what your teachers are doing.
Yeah.
Can't destroy chain of command if they didn't.
So this is similar to this next one is similar to before we had the static screen, except it's a step through.
Mm.
I don't know what you feel about step throughs versus static screens, or whether you just skip them all.
Yeah, so this one is just, I most likely just skip it. So, but these one, because it's just simple and it's pulling up one thing at a time, it's probably easy to manage it bit by bit. So if you just go through it, you wouldn't be looking at it, just completely ignore the whole thing. You look at each bit sort of briefly, then continue on, because it's easier to understand. So, yeah. Another thing is that I know it's sort of basic, but it's basic at the moment, but this sort of just cuts away the corners, and the capsule doesn't really work that well with the square. So maybe if you,
I'm guessing your maths textbooks, or maybe the websites are connected somehow. And you can contact people here through Cambridge Go. What still do? I don't know what this is. I want to know what this does. Connect your other. Oh. So it is your textbook. Maybe your homework, or maybe, I don't know, your tasks. I don't know what's. I thought Cambridge Go was just for textbooks. But I don't know what this is for. Browse. So can you browse for books or like subjects, I'm guessing? So search for my books or search for just books. Say if you didn't have the code for the book, you can just find it here. So where's my food tech book? If I didn't have the book, I could just click on it here. If I was doing humanities, I could just find the humanities book here instead of having to put in my code. Or if I left it at home or something. Does it stay here the whole time? My account. Yep.
Cool. Is there anything on that page that really caught your eye when you first?
Well, the book.
Yeah.
Textbooks here.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't really know what this is for.
Okay. Yeah. And why did you choose to click the interactive textbook?
Because I know that PDF is just download stuff.
Mm-hmm.
PDF so it's just you download stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And interactive, I think, means you're using the textbook, you're typing in it, or like, answering it.
Yeah. Is there any other word that you would use to describe PDF textbook, do you think? Like
PDF stands for something. Just don't know what it does.
Yeah.
Something file, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't really know what PDF stands for.
And let's say now that your teacher wants you to also find some use a web link in the textbook.
Yeah.
So how do you think that you would go about that?
Wants me to use a web link. Would I paste the web link here? I don't think that would work though. I probably would try it though.
Okay, or maybe even just like find more information about the book.
About web links. I found it.
Okay, so if you can tell me about this page and what you see and what you think things mean.
About the book, the author, maybe the same links as before.
Right, let's stop. Is Linda still watching? Yep. So we're streaming it as well. So let's bye, Linda.
The same links as before to information in the book. Teacher. So the book for the teacher, maybe the book for the teacher has the answers. I'm guessing these are like reference page. Or maybe I don't really know what this is for. Maybe it could be like links. I just know that it's links.
Yeah.
With like
Okay.
title.
Anything else stand out to you on this page?
Oh, I just wait. Buy now. Just saw that. Activate. What do you mean activate the book? Oh, I've already done this, haven't I? I've activated this book. Buy now. I don't want to buy the book. Oh, so this is what this is for. You buy the books? Does that mean they send it to you? For like class? So to say that your teacher said, or like the book list said, Food for You Book 1, 3rd edition, and you would go to this website and buy it. But I don't think I would go to Cambridge Go first and then go to this. But I guess it's good it's there. I'd probably just search like Food for You, like book 1, like buy or something like that.
So say if now you wanted to get back to the My Resources area, where we were before, how would you?
My resources. Click the logo.
Yep. Okay, and let's say that
You have had an issue with the code, and you need to contact customer service.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. And again, how would you get back to My Resources? Okay. And let's say, how do you think that you would find another book? What's your favourite subject at school?
Japanese, actually.
Ah,
I really love Japanese.
we don't have any Japanese books. So how about
Oh,
English?
English. English is alright.
Still language?
Do you have language books?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess you need someone who spoke the language really well.
Okay, yeah.
English.
Yeah.
A lot of books. I wouldn't know which one to choose.
Cool.
Because there's a lot of these ones. Like they look a lot the same.
Okay. If you want to just go back to my resources. And let's say that you've been using the resource throughout the year and you have to read chapter 8. So now that you've used it, how would you get to the resource again?
Could you? No, wait. This downloads it. No, I don't want to do that. Chapter 8.
Would be a tablet view, and
Yeah.
you saw this hamburger menu here.
Oh, hamburger. That's a cool
Yeah.
name. I like that.
What would you expect?
I didn't even notice this.
Yeah.
Oh, search. So it's the same as the browse.
So
Oh, like so they kind
yeah,
of like
what would you expect to see in there if before you clicked on it?
a list of something,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe like something would pop down saying like account, like password, something like that. Log in, log out, something like that.
Yep. Cool. Is there anything else on that My Resources page, I guess, down here about your product that you would imagine that you should have there? So, or do you think you have all the information you need?
I don't really know what else I would need. Unless they said like, "I'll do this worksheet," and I wouldn't know how to find it. I'd probably like get here.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I was like shown in class, like, oh, like the little picture means the task. I'd probably look through it and go, oh, I looked through all of chapter 1, but I couldn't find what you wanted me to do. You know? We would need to get like specific details of like the page and the like which one it was, because I'd probably look through all of these. I would probably like freak out
Cool.
and then not do it.
Okay, so that's all for the scenarios. So you can close that down and then go to this tab. Just click on that link. Oh, sorry, that one. So this is just a survey. So we're done with the task part. So yeah, this is 8 questions or something that you need to answer. So 1, strongly disagree, and 5 strongly agree. What did I just say? Yeah. So the website is easy to use.
I feel like with these questions, I always like choose like the middle one, because like I knew
Have
how
an
to
opinion.
I knew how to work some things.
Yeah.
And like some things like the store and stuff like that. Some things I didn't really understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was the Connect or
Yeah.
something like that. I don't know. But I think it was more easier to navigate.
So 1 is strongly agree, and 5. Sorry, strongly disagree.
Just
And
what I
5.
said,
Yes.
easy
Yeah.
to use.
Yeah. Okay.
From the website or from the books on the website?
The website. Yeah.
The website, I think it's easy to like, you know, except for the putting in code, I was like, whoa, there's so many spaces. What do I do? but I think you put in the code and then you get the book. And then the only bit that was kind of difficult was like, I don't really know what to. If they said like do this task, I probably wouldn't know where to find the task on the book. But that's not like the website, is it? That's just the book.
Yeah. Yep. Whatever you.
Quickly? Yeah. I don't know if our internet would be slower at home. Would recommend like someone from my school.
Yeah.
I think we would all have the website, wouldn't we though?
I know. It's a bit of a fun question, that one, really, isn't it?
I
mean,
wouldn't really recommend it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be going, yeah, do education.
Yeah, that's right.
I'd be like, no, you want to go out this weekend?
Yeah.
If our school uses it, I guess.
Hmm.
I probably wouldn't go to it just to like read books.
Fair enough. That's okay.
Well, not strongly disagree. If our school uses it, then. I like the website because it looks clean. Our websites on like Math Pathways, you chose your character and it was all like, oh, it's a little owl or something. And I was like, I'm not 5 years old.
Mhm.
I think it just looks clean. I know that's disagree. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess. I don't know if that's because of the good internet, because I have internet at home so bad. But I guess it was quick to load.
Yep.
But I had to click it a few times. Done.
Cool. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you.
Oh,
That was great.
well done.
Thank you. That's for
Thanks.
you.
Oh,
Thanks for your
thanks.
time.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was useful, and hopefully we'll.
Hopefully you got like some information.
Yeah.
Did you get good information from that?
Yeah.
Any information is good information.
Okay.
Yeah. That's great. Thank you. We will.
Good job.
Yep. Thanks.
Okay. So we'll go and get
We've
someone
got a
else
couple
now.
more, yeah?
Yep. Couple more. Keep going.
We finished an hour early, so we finished at 2:20.
Oh, is that all the time or?
Like on.
It was
You
just
won't
today because we had open day.
Oh, right, okay. Have you used a Mac before?
No.
That's all right, because you've got a Mac and a mouse. I'm just going to have to stop.
Jade? No,
Emma.
Emma. Sorry, that's right.
So, what have I done? I'm just going to get the right URL up. So what E level are you in?
7.
I'm going to go into my email now. Okay. So out. Sorry, it's really annoying. Up.
You know what? It is warm in here.
It is, isn't it?
Are you warm? Are you all right?
Yeah.
Computer's about to have a breakdown. Here we go. Okay. Okay. So, firstly, hope you don't mind, but this will be recorded. So, we're just recording the screen and your voice, and it'll just be used internally for us to go back because my memory's really bad. So, I'm going to start recording now, and I'm going to follow a script. So, it's the same for everyone. Hi, my name is Karina, and I'm going to walk you through this session today. So as you're probably aware, we're testing a website that we're working on to see what it's like for teachers and students to use. So I want to make it clear right away that we're testing the site and not you. You can't do anything wrong. In fact, it's probably the only one place today where you don't have to worry about making a mistake. We want to hear exactly what you think, so don't worry about hurting our feelings. We're trying to improve, so don't worry about hurting our feelings. We're trying to improve the website. So we need to know what you honestly think. As we go along, we'd like you to think out loud and to tell us what's going through your mind. That'll help us as we make decisions. If you have any questions, you can ask, but we might not be able to answer them right away, since we're interested in how people use the website when they don't have someone sitting next to them that knows how to use it. But we'll try and answer any questions afterwards. So we're going to record with your permission. It will only be used by us. So there's 3 parts to the testing. So the first part is to ask a little bit about you. So firstly, I'm getting my things off. Okay. Roughly, how many hours a week would you say that you spend using the internet in school or for school?
Like 30.
30.
Uh,
Wowzers. Good. And so what do you do in the classroom? On the internet, or do you do a lot at home? Or...
At school, we do Maths Pathway and Education Perfect. And at home, I just do homework, but it takes a long time.
Yeah. Okay. And what do you have any favourite websites that you use in school or at home?
Not really.
Do you like any other websites that not education wise? Anything that you like to use the internet for?
Like game websites.
Yeah. Cool. And do you use a digital device in the classroom?
We use our Chromebooks.
Okay. Yeah. So everybody's got a Chromebook? Yeah. Okay. So can you give me an example of how you would use your Chromebook in the classroom?
We use Google Docs on a Chromebook to like type up a lot of things, and for a lot of subjects.
Yeah. Do you use textbooks or?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So now we're gonna have a look at one page of the website, and you're gonna see it for 5 seconds, and then you'll get You'll be asked 3 questions, and you need to type your answers in. Okay. So, yeah. So you just need to click start when you're ready. So you only have 5 seconds, so you need to take in as much as you can. So then you can answer the questions. Okay. Is that easier? The mouse? Yep.
Yeah.
So you can click that one. Yep. And it should come up now. So, yeah, what do you think the purpose of the site is, just from that quick snapshot? What will be the first thing you click on? Great. That's it for that part. So now I've just got a couple of scenarios to take you through. So this is the website that you saw for just that little bit of time. So now, we're just going to ask you to complete a scenario on this website. So you're a student, obviously, and you've been given an access code by your teacher for food for you. You're in food tech. Do you do food tech?
Not this term.
No? Okay, so the teacher has given you an access code and she's asked you to read chapter 2 for your homework. Okay? So I'm going to... I'll just get you a code and... Okay. So that's copied in here, so when you want to paste it, whenever you think you want to paste it, you can do Command V. So, or you can ask me. So, there you go. If you can talk us through what you think that you would do next and give it a go.
I would paste it. Or have a try.
So what are you doing now?
I'm trying to find a place to put the code in.
Okay. Yeah. Should I go and tell them they're being recorded?
They do.
Very nosy.
I'm just reading what it says down here.
Anything standing out to you?
No.
Okay. So you will need to create a student account. So do you have an email address that you can use, and then we'll validate it for you. Okay. So BJ's just going to validate your account, and then you should be able to log in.
What was your email address?
KEL0057.
Okay, all good. Thank you.
Okay, can you tell us what you see here?
Looks like instructions. Like, so students know how to use the website.
doing here?
Adding in the code.
So I think Command V. Hopefully that still works. Otherwise we can copy it again. Maybe we've lost it. Ah, there we go. Said the wrong thing. Okay. Great. So can you tell us what you see here, what you think this is?
I think this is chapter 2, like a recipe of making. Oh, this is instructions of this could be questions that they're asking you to figure out what you already know.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. And let's maybe close down and now you're back here on the My Resources page. Can you talk me through the bits on this page and what you think they might do?
I think this activates a new code that you might need to put in. And this connects to the resource you want to use. I think this leads you to the full screen textbook, and this leads you to the textbook smaller and in the same tab.
And what about up the top here? What do you think those things should do?
So if you have any problems, like questions that you need to ask, this is like contact us, like, so then you can ask the questions. This is to buy the books, the store. Support is if you need any help on the website, and home is the first thing you go to before you log into Cambridge Go.
Great. Okay, so what caught your eye when you first arrived on this page?
I saw this first because I was focusing on finding the second chapter.
Great. Okay. So let's say now that your teacher wants you to see or to find some further resources on the Food for You book. Some other resources. Where do you think you would find?
In the contents page. So you can see which chapters they have and what information they give.
Yep, great. Okay. And let's go back to the My Resources page now. Yep. And click on the title. And if you can tell me about this page and what you think.
This is to activate the book, so you can see it on the screen. And this is to buy the book. And this is information about the book. And this would be another way to activate it. And this would be to activate it larger. And this would be activities about the book, I think. This would be, I think, to check what your teacher wants you to do with the book, if you forgot what your teacher wanted you to do, then you could click on that and maybe you could see. And this is any links that your teacher attached that you might want to look at.
Okay. Cool. What caught your eye on this page? Anything?
Buy now. I just saw that because I see that in a lot of online shops.
Yep. Good. Okay. So how do you think you would get back to the My Resources page from this page? Great. Okay. And let's say you've had a problem with a book. How would you contact us?
I'll press contact.
Yep, then return to the My Resources page. Great, okay. And how would you find a new resource? What's your favourite subject?
What's my favorite subject?
Yeah.
I don't really have a favorite subject, but I like science.
Okay. So let's say you're on Cambridge Go and you wanted to have a look at some of our science textbooks because you love science that much. How do you think you would find another science resource on here? Cool. Good. Okay. And okay, I might close that one down, and then the last scenario is that. Have we done this one? Yeah, we've done this one. All getting mixed up. So that's it for the scenarios. So now you just need to do this survey. So 1 is you strongly disagree and 5 is strongly agree. So the website is easy to use, a 5 or a 1. Yep. Great. That's it. Easy. That's all. So thank you. Do you have any questions or anything? No? Great. Thanks for your time. Thanks for coming in. That's great. It's interesting and it'll help us a lot.
Thank you.
Yep. Just going to see if Kai wants to do the last one.